Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot for Personal Liberty. A Chinese proverb says, "May you live in interesting times." We certainly do. Historians will look back on this time as the Obama criminal years. How lawless is the Obama administration? Many of the dirty deeds and scandals of Obama and company are public knowledge. Let's start with the most astonishing. Most citizens are aware that because of Obamacare, millions of Americans are losing their health care coverage. Is this incompetence or criminal fraud? Well, one thing is certain. It would be fraud if a private sector CEO knew that millions of customers would lose their insurance, yet repeated the same lie over and over. If you like your health insurance, you can keep it, period. Why would we not hold a politician to the same standard as a private sector CEO? That brings up the question, is this president too big to jail? But this fraud isn't just about money and power. It's about cancer patients, our fellow citizens, who may lose their lives as well as their health care coverage because of Obama and Obamacare. Even innocent children with cancer are among the victims of Obamacare. Terminally ill children are losing their health care. Yes, it turns out Obamacare is in fact one big death panel. With their policies being canceled, these sick Americans are losing the very doctors, hospitals, and treatments that have kept them alive. What if some of them die from the stoppage of treatment? What if some of them die from stress and worry? What if some commit suicide from depression? These are complicated questions, but isn't the person whose lies and misrepresentations who killed them responsible for their deaths? So, is this president too big to jail? This president has no shame. How many Americans know that a cancer patient, a terminal cancer patient, merely discussing the disastrous ramifications of Obamacare in public, thereby embarrassing Obama, is now being persecuted by the IRS? Yes, it's true. Bill Elliott is that terminal cancer patient. He was audited by the IRS within days of a Fox News appearance. The IRS scandal is far more widespread than the public knows or understands. It's not just about Tea Party groups. The IRS was used by Obama to go after any citizen daring to criticize him in the national media. Like me. I'm one of the victims. These actions by a president are absolutely criminal. Richard Nixon's articles of impeachment included the same charge of using the IRS to punish critics and silence free speech. But terminal cancer patients? Obama has sunk to a new low. I'm a big boy. What he did to critics like me is disgusting and un-American, and it's criminal. But what he did to a terminal cancer patient is disgraceful and unimaginable. This president is an out-of-control bully, pure and simple. Will anyone have the courage to investigate and prosecute Obama? Is this president too big to jail? But wait, as late-night infomercial pitchmen like to say, there's more. When the citizens went to the state-of-the-art Obamacare website for help to try and save themselves, they found it defective. It turns out the website was built so poorly, the personal information of consumers can be easily stolen. And it's not just online scam artists we're worried about. The Obama navigators themselves might do the stealing. After all, it turns out many of them have criminal records. Fact. Rather than hiring one of the many highly qualified American high-tech internet companies to design the site, to build the site, why would Obama give a no-bid contract for hundreds of millions of dollars to a firm with less than stellar credentials? Surely the reason couldn't be that it's the firm of one of Michelle Obama's Princeton Black Alumni Association buddies. Don't you wonder how many of those millions of taxpayer dollars are committed now to Democratic causes or are now sitting in a Swiss bank account? Lots and lots of problems for this president. Criminal problems. Can you imagine if this happened at a private sector company? Can you imagine the outrage and criminal accusations coming from consumer protection advocates or from the Attorney General of the state or the United States? Can you imagine how quickly the federal government would shut down the business? And can you imagine the criminal being perp-walked out of his office in front of waiting journalists and flashbulb-popping photographers? He'd be facing decades in prison. So, is this president too big to jail? As bad as it is, Obamacare is just another of the non-stop scandals of this administration. Any one of these scandals would have already forced a Republican president out of office, but Obama owns all of them. Benghazi, more absurd lies than Obamacare, a possible arms deal with rebels gone bad, and the cover-up of murder. It's all criminal. Fast and Furious, another government arms deal gone bad, responsibility for the murder of a U.S. border guard, another blatant cover-up. It's all criminal. The NSA scandal, Obama listens into all of our calls and communications. I just hope he's listening to all of mine, because he'll hear the word impeachment come up in every sentence. I'm sure he'll enjoy that. The AP scandal. Obama and Eric Holder are even illegally spying on their adoring Kool-Aid drinking friends in the media. Take that, media. That's what you get for supporting Obama. And the IRS scandal. It's not just about political opposition being targeted. It's about the much more serious scandal of using the IRS to change the outcome of the election. Obama's goal was to neutralize the powerful Tea Parties to prevent a repeat of the 2010 Republican landslide. And guess what? It worked. He killed conservative momentum, intensity, and enthusiasm. He silenced criticism in the media, and he starved conservative fundraising. These guys put the thug in Chicago. How about the Census Bureau scandal? It appears government employees faked the unemployment numbers in the weeks and months leading up to the election to re-elect a president who wouldn't know what a job looked like if it hit him in the face. How could one leader be involved in this many lies, frauds, scandals, and cover-ups? There's enough here for a century of presidents. Forget impeachment. It's time for criminal prosecution. There's enough here to put any CEO away for multiple life sentences. Bernie Madoff would blush at what Obama has pulled off. The question is this president too big to jail? I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. See you next week. Same time, same place. God bless America. And always remember, in this country, no one is above the law. And can you imagine sinking to the depths of sicking the IRS on stage 4 terminal cancer patients? Disgusting, despicable, disgraceful. Whoever did it is certainly not above the law. Let's put him away. Bye-bye.